welcome to today's episode. Today we have a very special mind. He's not only a CEO, but an author and an inventor as well. In this podcast, The Breach Room, we sit down with some of the sharpest minds in the industry to uncover the truth about navigating today's trends. The episode is powered by Alter Aim. At Alter Aim, we help cybersecurity firms who are tired of dealing with inconsistent pipelines and that are stuck relying on referrals and going to endless networking events that oftentimes don't increase the bottom line. So if you're a cybersecurity company and you're looking to be in front of the decision maker that fits your ideal customer profile and want to scale smarter using data-driven relationship growth strategies, DM me the word grow to see what this would look like for your business. And now without further ado, let's get into it. So I have with me Massimo, and he is a brilliant man. When I found his profile, I knew I wanted to talk to him on this podcast. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself, Massimo?
Thank you, Luis. Yes, I love to introduce myself as mathematician because I started my career and my background is mathematician. I taught also in the high school and also in university, but before also in high school, where I really appreciate the experience that the people of that age can give to you. And coming back to my professional career, I started this journey of entrepreneurs and CEO of CryptoLab Inc. 16 years ago. But actually, I started a little bit before because the first patent I fulfilled came about 2009, and it was related to a system of cryptography at the time. Asymmetric cryptography, and then I think I have about a dozen of patents in the field. The most important is, I think, Luis, is not the number of the patent or the book you write or article you write, but the selection you have to make in order to create a good product to present and to give to the people. My career, as I told you before, I started in cryptography as cryptographer professional. I started with asymmetric cryptography, something that now is not more appreciated because probably later we will discuss about the quantum computing and also the issue that now related to cyber attack, possible cyber attack in this. I probably was the first to invent an homomorphic encryption search engine. This special search engine works with data always encrypted and is able to searching also in encrypted content. Looks like magic because this data is encrypted. How can I make searching or how to extrapolate the data?
Isn't that the whole point of encryption, right? That's amazing.
And then I started about in 2016 to deal with neural interfaces. Probably you will guess why neural interfaces is not cryptography actually, but is it cryptography? Because I started with a problem. I remember very well the day I was in Singularity University in Ames Research Center in Palo Alto. Guy from Singularity University asked me, Dr. Bertaccini, what do you think about the authentication problem in the field of the biometric authentication? What do you think about biometric authentication? I answered in the way always very spontaneous, and I told him I think is very cool the authentication in biometrical authentication, not the face, the fingerprint, but it's not efficient. I mean, it's not secure.
Mm.
It's not the kind of secure. And so he replied to me and said, "But what do you see the future in the authentication or in the biometrical field?" And I told him, "See, I see the future in the uh, in the brain. Basically, the authentication with the brain. The biometrical authentication could be made by the brain.
By the thought alone of somebody's consciousness.
Just the EEG. My studies in EEG and in neural interface basically is a tool that can connect your brain to the computer. And
I
basically,
saw a girl using your device, moving
yes,
selecting which
the
one with the
drone
mind.
or robotic, the original was that authentication with the brain. That was the beginning of it. Then I started to put my interest in the quantum, cryptography specifically, and in particular some algorithm that caught my attention, such as Shor or Grover or the protocol BB84. I invented in this field also a new protocol called quantum protocol message.
I was super hooked into the story, and I think it's really insightful to learn how Brainwave's company and your product actually came to life. As a CEO and founder, what are you responsible for at CryptoLab? Like,
About everything. No, is not a big company. Is a boutique company of inventions. You have to think to crypto about company related to invention in the pure stage, in early stage, and not the growing of the invention itself or the company itself. I want to explain a little bit more this concept. At the beginning, when I founded CryptoLab, the environment was totally different. And as I told you about uh, 2000, 2001, I uh, I started with a project with a project called Encryption Digital Payment. It was a project that was piloted by Vodafone, the multinational nation. I was involved in this project as a cryptographer, but essentially, when I started this project, the cryptography behind the environment was totally different from now. There was a kind of cryptography that was based on RSA and Diffie-Hellman. And we were at the beginning of the story of the cryptography as intended, the classical cryptography. Because classical cryptography is something that is made by mathematical aspects, is something that is it was basically made but functions that were composed by a problem of factorization or discrete logarithm. Basically, there were two of those problems.
what is your main goal right now with your company?
My responsibility is create innovation, and my innovation are related to the machine you can see in my back that are quantum machines. Those machines can run in a totally different way respect of the art that we managed 22 or 30 years ago when Rivers, Mir, and Aldemer started the journey of classical cryptography. Quantum cryptography is totally different because this is physics and not mathematics.
Wow.
Component of mathematics, obviously, in the algorithm, because the logic always is based on the mathematician behind. But the problem is totally different now.
What happens when you innovate something, put it out in the market once you have a great product? Do you, create contracts with
No,
governments?
I stop the process before the testing, and so the growing of the company. And usually I sell the innovation to big company. The process is not common process that someone makes in his growing his company. I mean, the company is just a vehicle that needs to develop my invention.
That makes a lot of sense. And once you have something that you feel like is good before it goes out into the market, you find a company, a government, or an organization to sell the product to so that you can start innovating on the next thing.
Exactly.
That's so fun. I feel like it's like being a kid all over again. Every day of your life, you get to play.
That is very, very true. I am like a kid who is happy to play with his inventions or ideas. Or
I absolutely love that for you. Where do you want to be in the next 6 months regarding your inventions or regarding the current product?
we have two field of interest in the next developing is the first is Brainwave, bringing brainwaves to the next step. We are also not projecting because it is in testing mode, so is already prototype. Is a big drone with multi-functions, with autonomous drive and possibility to interconnect it with the brain.
Wow.
We are designing our also a next generation of hardware by ourselves to connecting and less invasive but much more powerful.
That's super cool.
Yes, this was the prototype we use with interconnecting, but the next one will be probably not made with this part, but just on
On
the
the ear.
yes, and probably will be possible to integrate it with the glasses or other tool for HR or something, virtual reality augmented and so on. The other branch is that we are developing is a quantum intranet. Now you see the two machine over there that actually are laboratory machine for testing and not scalable machine, but we want to implement a network of quantum intranet in which people can be connected with a powerful tool of quantum.
I'm trying to put together the concept of people being able to access or connect to this network of quantum.
Now is I think we are not in this stage. Probably we will be in that stage some year in the future, but not now. It's not a B2C.
It's
It's just
definitely,
something
I
related
mean,
to
quantum is the most
government,
powerful.
military, and something that in the
Exactly.
future there will be the possibility for sure to everyone to connect to a network. And there are also some security reasons that probably has to be explored a little bit better because quantum cryptography is something that is independently secure. Is not is not possible to be um, decrypted or violated. Is something that is something. Yeah, is a tool.
What are your thoughts on artificial intelligence and how do you see AI revolutionizing the industry in 2025?
I started to be involved in artificial intelligence when nobody knew kind of powerful tool. My friend Rollo Carpenter is one of the father of the chatbot and the father of artificial intelligence algorithm. Gave me the opportunity to face off to this kind of technology. I started uh, to be interested to the algorithms of the artificial intelligence, and in particular, the machine learning is really a very, very powerful arm. Is really very powerful. Honestly, we are discovering. Probably this is a tool that we will talk before. Everybody can join about this kind
Yeah,
of
I've created AI agents, some text agents myself, as part of the work that I do for my company at Altram. And
now is fluid, is something that really appears like natural, and is a fantastic. That is one of the most extraordinary invention that the humankind can be created.
cryptography.
The revolution will be, Luis, will be um, completely integrated. AI, quantum, neural interfaces, they are all part of the same project.
Solution, you called it. If you could solve one problem for humanity, what would that be?
Humanity is evolving. What you think to solve now is already in we I tried my best to to create innovation that really can make the effect wow. And it's difficult because we in our reality we have everything. Looks like we have everything. Everything is invented. So what do you want to invent much more? Nothing. But probably it's not like that. For sure, it's not like that, because we have many problems that are unsolved. In my little world, I try to do my best to create something that, for example, is something that is some utility for people with a disease. For example, I gave my brainwave system to a person who is totally blocked in the body. The only thing that he can move is the eyes. More than that, one eye look at in one direction and the other in the other direction, so it's not possible to apply an eye tracking. So, no, the
Yeah.
eye is aligned. We are making progress with this technology, and this person is starting to use the computer with a brain wave interface, and he can unlock the computer, he can enter the page to read the newspaper, to interact with the computer. That is magic, something that makes me like God. I gave power. Now we are at the beginning, because if we can integrate my brainwave system with, for example, AI agent, I think everything could be more magical and much more fluid and much more.
That's what I'm working on currently. AI can do a lot and automate a lot of things, but you cannot rely on AI alone. It needs so much supervision and so much prompting and refining and things like that. I want to help entrepreneurs just focus on what they need to do and then let AI take care of the rest.
I wanted to steal a phrase to Einstein. He always said that knowledge is limited. Imagination is unlimited. AI will be very good for is very good for the knowledge, but the imagination remain to the human. With the imagination, you can create something that before there isn't.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. If we can help entrepreneurs bringing that knowledge, saving that time so that they can just focus on creating, that's my ultimate goal. And eventually integrate it into humans' lives too. Let's say I want to go visit you in Italy and I just tell my AI, I hope one day we can use her brain to just think about it and get it done. But my assistant, for example, hey, I'm gonna go see my friend Massimo in Italy. Within a few minutes, perfect. I booked your trip. This is the hotel accommodations. These are a restaurant. I already made a reservation. Your Amazon packages are gonna get here in 2 days because you're gonna need winter clothes and you haven't bought them in XYZ and now your weight is this much. It will just do it for you and it will accelerate all of that because it knows what your budget is since it has access to your bank account. It will know what your interests are, your food allergies. You know, it will have your whole profile. With one thought, I wanted to be able to do all of these things.
I wanted to point out that in this process, there is could be a defeat. I mean, there could be also luck because I am not totally agree to give all the also because for my
Security?
personal career, yeah, no, not for free, just in the food of the artificial intelligence data. You need to feed the, yeah. And the problem is that you give your own data into artificial intelligence, and that is something that is going in contrast to my principle of the cybersecurity and that this is a little bit I am a little bit scared about that. But
That makes sense.
as something that is uh, has to be managed and to be something that is to be seen as a tool that helps and not a tool that eats you.
Yeah, there's a fine line there for sure. When I saw your device and this person, like I think it was a classroom, like this girl was using it to navigate the computer, that was my first thought, like are we giving too much power to the machine, because realistically someone can spend their life on a chair, and just living through their mind at this point with the technology we're developing. So it's like a very fine line. I think it will depend a lot of the culture and the values that we start educating society with.
The balance to spend the life also in the chair and focusing on the computer and all it is dangerous to me and need to be balanced with open air sports and life and something that is real life.
I agree with you completely.
Anyway, coming back to the cybersecurity, um, um, artificial intelligence is modeling also the cybersecurity. There will be a convergence, as I told you before, between at least 3 or 4 technologies that are emerging and are bringing the humankind at the maximum level of this age of revolution, because this is really a revolution. I refer in particular to the revolution in the quantum technologies, artificial intelligence, brain interfaces, and cyber threatening and cyber attack. That those 4 technologies are the same face of the coin. You can see the 4 technologies, especially quantum revolution and artificial intelligence as really something that obviously we are saying something that is really probably is trivial, but we are changing that we are being aware about that also. I want to be warning the next generation. You are from the next generation, so need to be really aware about that.
I wanted to ask you if there's a message that you would like people to take away from today's episode. What would you like to tell the audience in one sentence?
One sentence is very difficult, and I am not prepared at all. I can explain probably in 2 sentences.
Perfect.
Now, as I told you before, my major interests are in brainwave interfaces and quantum technologies. Perhaps the quantum technology is something that is the door of the next revolution. And believe me, people are not knowing the extreme powerful that will be the next revolution given to the quantum, because now people are focused on artificial intelligence and to manage all the tool and the very cool and blah blah blah. Really, the driver of the next revolution will be quantum. And the quantum technology, I extremely think that we need to create a world in which the really imagination is the most important thing. We need to give the space to our brain to make something that extraordinary, and don't focus on something that is already invented, but make something extraordinary and play like a kid. That is my message.
I absolutely love that message, and I'm here for that mission to give people their time back so they can just use their imagination again and innovate more.
Fantastic.
I'm so excited, Massimo. Thank you so much for your insights today, for your time today. I cannot wait to see what you accomplish after our conversation.
Thank you. It was great, and I hope to see you in the next podcast.
Feelings are mutual, brother. Thank you so much, Massimo. Have a good day.
Thank you. Bye bye.